Welcome to another week of the City Business Festival on a series brought to you by MTN, APSA, and Zonda Technology. My name is Bernard Avle. Today we're beginning a conversation on agriculture, and I'm starting with a man who's neck deep in the sector. I want to understand the basics of agriculture. What are the issues in Agric? How do you start a farm? What does it mean to understand the value chain? What are the low-hanging fruits for young people to enter farming? And what is the potential of farming to transform our economy? My guest is a very interesting man. We'll talk to him when we come back. Welcome back. So the On-Air series for City Business Festival 2025 is brought to you by APSA Bank, MTN, and Zonda Technology. My guest is Daniel Fahin Acquaye, who is the Chief Executive Officer of Agri-Impact. It's a massive organization doing very important things. Daniel, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Bernard.
How are you doing?
I'm good. Once in Agric, always good.
I was wondering the number of things Agri-Impact does. I went on your website, too many. Give me in 1 minute what Agri-Impact is. What kind of company is it?
Agri-Impact is an agri-business service delivery firm.
Okay.
A lot of people go into agri-business in production, processing, and marketing. But when I finished school, I saw a very big gap in service provision. How do you deliver service? How do you provide critical information to people who want to go into agricultural investments? And once I found that niche, I decided to pitch myself in that area. And I would say that Agric is one of the most interesting and profitable sectors or investment areas in Ghana. And people will not believe me because everyone looks at Agric with the lens of risk, not the lens of opportunities and profitability. So the moment you say Agric, then everyone, oh, agriculture is risky. But Bernard, I've been in this space since 1994 when I finished university.
Wow. And
we are in 2020.
So 31 years.
So 31 years. And I have not left. And I don't know if I can count myself as poor, but I doubt. I doubt if I'll count myself as poor. So Agric is wide.
Yeah.
In terms of value chains and in terms of functions.
Wonderful.
Let me explain. When we say Agric, livestock is Agric, poultry is Agric, the snail and the mushroom is Agric. Then you come to tree crops. In the tree crops, even if you take the Ghana tree crop strategy, looking at 6 strategic tree crops beside cocoa, you have coconut, rubber, oil palm, mango, cashew, and shea butter or shea nuts. These 3 crops also come under Agric. Then fisheries and aquaculture, they also come under Agric. Poultry comes under Agric. Vegetables. Then you go to cereals and grains, the maize, rice, beans, granite, and the rest. They also come.
The whole gamut.
So it's a whole gamut. So these are different value chains in agriculture.
Wonderful.
Then when you pick one, you can start from, there is no production of, let's say, mango without preparation of land. So you prepare your land. You will need seedlings. You will need manure. You will need someone who will also come in and weed the farm. You will clear it. Your plant will grow. You will need agro input. So that part is one value chain. A function in the value chain. You have those who will also do the harvesting and the post-harvest and the aggregation and transporting. It's a value chain function.
Okay.
Then you have the processing. That is also a value chain function. Then you have export, which is also a value chain. Then supplying to domestic market, distributor, is a value chain function. That makes Agric wide.
It's massive.
Then, when you talk of oil, You will find oil, I think Ghana in Western region, that's where we find oil.
Yeah.
But in that same Western region, you'll find cocoa, rubber, oil palm, coconut in Western region. And Agric will take you from Axim to Paga, where maybe oil, gold, salt might not take you to. But for crops, animals, trees, and the rest, it will take you from Axim to Paga. And that is why we keep saying that if as a country we want to develop, we need to give a lot of attention to Agric.
Wow.
And now people say Agric and agri-business. We like it that way. But agri-business is just the commercial aspect of agriculture.
So it's still Agric?
So it's still Agric.
Amazing.
But, well, because people see Agric as risky and young people don't like it, we prefer to use the word agri-business, which is more modern and more acceptable.
Thank you for this very important introduction. So what I'm going to do is to ask you some basic questions people would need to know if they want to enter Agric.
Okay.
Starting off, you've given me 4 things: production, processing, marketing, and then services. So which means that if anybody wants to enter Agric, he can pick one of those 4 or more.
Exactly, or more.
It seems as if production is where a lot of the attention goes into. So if you say, I want to do Agric, go and do farming. Is production the best place to start?
Not necessarily. At all. I mean, young people with social media tools can start Agric in marketing. Straight. For example, if there is local rice, you are not the farmer, you don't have a factory, but you have TikTok and you have a lot of followers. Why don't you pick one locally produced agricultural commodity and use your social media handle to promote it, and by doing that, generate income? That's a good entry point. At the same time, there are a lot of agricultural SMEs doing so many things, good products. Nobody knows where they are. How many agri firms have websites? How many agri firms have communication materials? That's an entry point. You are providing service. So it does not necessarily mean that if you want to go into Agric straight away, you should go into production. There are so many things. We run a program with KNUST called eHappy. And in eHappy, we are training young people how to use digital tools to provide services in Agric. There are some of them, they develop tools, whilst in their training, got orders from other countries for service. It's Agric. And I mean, the last one, we were focusing only on young women. We advertised, we got over 1,000. We were selecting only 150. In fact, drones. Why is it that people who have drones in Ghana use it mostly for funerals and weddings? So we said, no, this is a new technology. We can actually build the capacity of young people, support them to use drones to provide agricultural services. If one person, you have, let's say, 100-acre farm and you want to spray, and you take one person, it might take you more than 2 weeks to spray a 100-acre farm. You put it into a drone in 9 minutes, in 9 days, no, less than 9 days, I mean like 2 days, it will spray the whole 100-acre farm, but a human being will use between 2 to 3 months to spray a 100-acre farm. Drone will do it with precision, and the drone will do it less expensive, and it will do it uniformly. So it is uniform, it's precise, short period of time, assuming you have disease and you have to spray, and the person is taking 2 weeks to spray your farm. By the time you are done with phase 1 and go to phase 2, the disease has come back to phase 1.
A drone pilot can decide that he will specialize in
we are actually rolling,
for just agri purposes.
We are actually rolling out a new program with KNUST, Dronepreneur program, where we are selecting 100 young people, train them how to use drone to provide agricultural services. Wow. That is also
an opportunity.
It's an opportunity. Before you come into distribution of agricultural commodities, that is also an entry point for young people. So we want young people to open their minds to the various vocations in agriculture and not only going into
production.
I mean, the production is important. Honestly, production absorbs majority of young people or provides the highest level of jobs within the agricultural value chain. So production is critical and it is important, especially when you are looking at rural youth. Access to agricultural resources. Therefore, production becomes the first point. But that's not the only thing. We don't also want them to think that Agric is only production.
Wow. We are getting an exposition into the basics of agriculture. My guest is Daniel Fahine Acquaye. He's been in the sector for 31 years. He's dedicated his life to making people do well in Agric. He's given us 4 distinct areas: production, processing, marketing, and services. He just spoke about drones. Talk to me about some of the low-hanging fruits for production. I'm asking this because you mentioned something like snail. You mentioned mushroom. There's beekeeping. Generally, I think it's tougher to start tree crops and those type of things because they're already well-established people and stuff. So let's assume people are listening who say, you know what, I want to start with the lower ones. Can you give me 2 or 3 that you believe if they started with, they can gain the skill, they can be trained in it, and they can grow their knowledge base and expand?
A kilogram of chicken is about 30 Ghana. But a kilogram of snail would be about 200 Ghana.
Serious?
Yes. If you go to Choba and you want snail, they give you 1.
It's premium, it's true.
It's premium.
It's true.
Snail used to be, in the past, poor man's
right now.
food. But now it's rich man's food.
I tell you.
So snail is handy. You don't need big space, even if you want to do 5,000 snails. You don't need big space. You don't need more than the size of a hall to do 5,000 snails. And you don't also need to start with the egg. You can start with the fattening. I did snail after university. Between finishing university and national service, I learned snail farming. And I was doing fattening. So they bring my snails. I was doing service at Export Promotion Council. I go to STC, pick my snail, go to Makola, and sell my snail, and come back to office.
How do you fatten them? When you say fatten?
You give them food. So when it's in the rainy, snail will eat cassava, contomere, groundnut husk, the groundnut
I'm told the palm, even the
palm fiber.
They eat it.
They eat it. And the other leaves will grow around. You put them and they will eat. And now people have even done feed for snails.
How much space do you need?
Oh, that's why if I take this space here, which let's say you have 1 bedroom, a size of 1 bedroom, 12 by 12 by 12.
There.
Oh, you can have more than 1,000 snails.
But you need to build some special structures.
No, the special structures, fortunately, snails don't have height. So
and they don't move fast.
And they don't move fast. So you need something flat. And all you need is rather security, because when they are stealing them, they don't cry and they don't shout. So you need security, protect them, and then you need shade. You create like a forest environment and humid environment.
That's all you need
for them. So if you have a place where you can put shade and make the place humid, you are ready to go for snail.
How much money do you need to start?
Oh, Bernard.
Wait, let's take a break and answer that. Because he's surprised I'm asking, because usually when people say they want to start something, they say they don't have money. So I'm deliberately asking these questions so that he's not oversimplifying, because this guy, I know him, he's actually telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? So that it will not sound complicated. So you deal with that. I'll ask him a few other questions. Don't forget, this is the City Business Festival. This is week 2, and our first interview is with Mr. Daniel Acquaye of Agri-Impact. Stay with us. Welcome back. And this is the City Business Festival. It's brought to you by Absa Bank, MTN, and of course, supported by Zonda Technology. The good news is that Agri-Impact will be one of our sponsors for the 3-day Agri Fair, and there will be some clinics to introduce you to specific areas of agriculture. And for the way he's talking about snails, I'm sure some of you signed up already. I was asking whether money was an issue.
Oh.
What's the minimum I need to start backyard snail farming?
Those who get money to go for funerals, they can use the same amount of money to start snails.
Okay.
Because like I said, snails they don't require any sophisticated structure. If you have some wawa boats, you protect, you do your
squarish structure.
You make the place moist. You put palm fiber, methane,
yes,
like you can put some inside. Then when the snails are in season and they are cheap, you go and buy and come and put them
dump them there
and feed them with your contomere and the rest. What is so sophisticated about this?
How quickly do they grow, and what cycle of revenue will I get?
You can do, if you are doing the fattening, you need like 3 months.
Okay.
Now, those who buy snails, between the time snails are in season and the time that the snails are out of season, imagine that they don't even gain weight. The price is 2 or 3 times when they are in season. So it's like, it's more profitable than, let me use the word, treasury bill. If you go and buy treasury bill today, you may get
16%.
Let's say 20%.
Now it's about 16.
16.
Even 20, yes.
Yeah, let's say 20% per annum. If I have 10,000 cedis or 5,000 cedis, instead of buying treasury bill, I do snail and I fatten it. In 3 months' time, I have 100% return. Which one do you go for? See,
is there a ready market for it? Yeah.
Hey, the market, that's why they will steal. So that's why I'm saying that people start talking about Agric with the risk in mind. Let's talk about stealing. Stealing is risk. Even supermarkets where they have CCTV cameras, systems and structures with security men, people still steal. So when you talk of stealing, it's not only Agric, but when it comes to Agric, a farmer loses this because they came to steal his maize. But they go and steal money too at the bank. So the risk of stealing, it cuts across. Don't paint Agric as the only institution where people steal.
The good news is that you'll be doing some trainings in the clinic. So let me not go too much into it. The other one that came to mind for me to ask was mushrooms. Yeah. Is it more complicated or is it as simple as snails?
No, mushrooms are not as simple as snails. Okay. Snails are hardy. And you can keep snails for a very long period. Even if you want to keep snail for 1 year, all you need is to sprinkle your water and provide your contomere. Mushroom, within weeks, they are ready. And if you don't sell...
Oh, so they grow faster.
Very fast.
So you need a quick
and it is fresh. Around. So if you, and especially in Ghana, we do the oyster mushroom.
Yes.
So if you don't have ready markets, then it's risky. So I will not advise a young person,
a starter, to go into mushroom
if your market is not assured. And if you do it very small, targeted at some market, and make sure at least you have some idea of where you will sell it before you start.
A lot of people. Okay, go ahead.
Another one is also aquaculture.
Fish. Talk to me.
It's interesting. If you are doing tilapia, tilapia production is a bit complicated and technical and might take you like 8 to 9 months. Catfish will take you 5 months. And even depending upon your buyer, in 3 months, if they don't want big sizes and small sizes, in 3 months. If we have the tank for producing catfish of 1 bedroom size, it can take about 1,000 catfish in one 12 by 12 bedroom size. Will take about 1,000 catfish. How much do we sell fresh catfish? Average 30 cedis, 40 cedis. So if you have 30 cedis or 40 cedis and you sell 1,000, that's 30 or 40,000.
Do I need any specialized training on how to
3 days
to grow? You can train me in 3 days.
3 days.
3 days training.
And you are ready to go.
To go.
Depending upon the vocation that you will take in catfish value chain, some may decide to do the fingerlings. That one takes longer in terms of training to perfect it. And then you supply. So your business is just producing fingerlings and supplying the farmers. Some will decide to go into production. And that will take you 3 to 5 months. Somebody will decide to just do smoking and processing. Now there is a fish, chicken, sausage combination, fish, meat, sausage combination. I take that one because it's 80% fish and 20% meat or beef. So I like that one. So there are various forms. There are another person, maybe Bernard will say, oh, me, I'm going to do marketing of catfish as my business. Somebody will say, I'm doing cold store
as my business.
As my business for fish. Somebody will say, I'm doing aggregation. Somebody will say, I want to transport, I have a specialized system to just transport fingerlings from one place, from one farmer to the other. So these are different vocation and enterprise opportunities within that value chain. And I'm sure if you have about 10,000-15,000 Ghana cedis, you can start 1,000 pieces of catfish. The issue now will become the market. And in our approach, everything is market first. We don't want a situation where somebody will go and produce.
And there's nobody to buy.
And there's nobody to buy.
So when I come to Agri Impact for training, you start from a marketing and work my way back. By the time you are done, I will know what to produce.
Which market you want to serve, where your strength is.
I went to my barber last week, and one of his assistants says he wants to give me rabbit. Then I asked him why. He said, oh, he lives in Ashaiman, and he does rabbit. And that he gave me some very good prices. And I was like, but you, when you get time? So, oh, the rabbit is good. I was quite shocked to hear this. Is rabbit as simple as he makes it sound? It's
not complicated.
It's not that complicated.
Rabbits are easier to rear than chicken.
You're sure?
Yes, and they also eat a lot of leaves.
They are easier to rear
than chicken.
What about them? Is there a good market for rabbits?
So that is where I'm coming to. We need to develop markets because we are used to what we know for far too long.
Eat chicken every day.
Chicken every day. Meanwhile, the meat of rabbit is healthier than chicken because it's white meat.
Oh.
Yeah, rabbit is right. So in some of the European countries, they are actually promoting consumption of rabbit. But you know, Ghanaians are funny when it comes to consumption. Yeah. You go to the market, oh, this one is natural. Oh, this one, they rear it somewhere, and when your papa is the natural one. Even when we are buying goods, we want the one that has something.
Yeah, we want the scent to
come. I don't know the health benefit.
They call it apapu.
I don't know the health benefit of that.
It's a pleasure that you cannot get anywhere.
So, but at the same time, our young people will not eat fufu, but they will want indomie. So
we have to develop the taste
we
and the
have to
market.
develop the taste for the market. And as we develop the taste, we create enterprise opportunities
All right.
for.
I know a lot of
ones.
people listening are saying they want to hear more. So I'm going to give you two things to do.
Okay.
You will be part of the Agri Fair.
Yes.
And I know that you and the CSI House will be doing introduction to all these things. So I'll tell you later on, viewers, how you can get in touch. But just give me a website and a phone number that if now somebody just wants to contact Agri Impact because they can't wait for 20th June.
I can give you the website, but the office phone number.
Give me the website, it's okay.
And the email.
Yes, the email
as well.
Yes.
So the website is www.agriimpactgroup.com.
AGRIIMPACT
group.com.
That's all. When you go there, you know what to do.
And email is info@agriimpactgroup.com.
They do all year-round training.
Yes.
All kinds of things.
Yes.
And you don't need to go to school. Anybody can be trained.
No.
Whether you're a professor or you haven't yet gone to school. They are
Even
great.
the professors we train.
They are coming
them.
for training.
Yes.
And his team are part of the Agri Fair from 20th. We have created some clinics, and he and his team will be there to help us enter these sectors with some great alacrity. It's great talking to you.
Thanks.
Now I feel like eating snail.
You have to.
I used to have guinea pigs when I was young.
Oh, yes.
But some guys sold it, he didn't share the profit.
And they too, when you catch them, they don't cry.
Charlie?
We
We used to give them something called juice. Cut.
That's same for rabbits.
Yeah, guinea pigs. I like them so much.
Oh, yes. Same for rabbits.
Oh, my God.
White meat.
Do people still do guinea pig now?
Now they use them in labs. But the rabbit, the rabbit, I buy some. If you give me rabbit, I'll be very happy. And they also take short time.
You're a big man. It's a proper Agric man. That Acquaye. Agri Impact, thank you so much. So this is day 1 of week 2. We'll continue with Agric value chains. I'll speak to somebody about the various agri inputs. We'll also speak about financing Agric and the rest of it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.